Welcome back to the wonderful world of Atomfall, a place that is full to the brim with brilliantly British Easter eggs related to UK pop culture from the past. In my previous videos, I ambled around Atomfall's open-world areas and uncovered 21 such hidden homages, but now I am back with my third and final reference-filled instalment. So join me, Eurogamer's Ian Higton, as I kick this video off by scouring Skethermore for secrets. A long time before Marvel's Avengers were strutting around our silver screens in their skin-tight supersuits, there was another type of Avenger, and this one wore more of a traditional type of suit. First broadcast in the UK in 1965, The Avengers was a TV show about spies who, once a week, liked nothing more than indulging in a spot of espionage on our TVs. The most famous character from the show, the umbrella-wielding John Steed, is the focus of the first Easter egg on this list, and you'll be able to find him if you head to these coordinates by Skethermore's Brinsop Manor. Or you can find what remains of him, at least. Make your way through the hedge maze at the back of the manor until you reach the northwestern corner of the perimeter wall, and you will find a suit-sporting stiff that bears a striking resemblance to John Steed himself, especially seeing as he still has his signature umbrella lying by his side. Unfortunately for us, however, it is not possible to pick up the umbrella and use it as a weapon. Which is a shame, really, because now I'm just going to have to use this cricket bat instead. Next up, there's a strange cellar to be found at these coordinates in Skethermore, which is in desperate need of exploring, with which being the operative word here. Head through the exterior trapdoor into the cottage cellar and you will find yourself in a room that has a couple of paintings on the wall. One is of a witch, the other is of a lion, and there is one final painting that has been pushed to the side to expose a button. Press that button and the lion painting will then move aside to reveal another button behind it. So press that one and you will then hear the witch painting move too. That painting actually concealed a lever, and when pulled, this peculiar puzzle culminates in a wardrobe opening behind you. Yes, that's right, this whole basement is actually a very clever reference to C.S. Lewis's 1950s novel, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. It's hardly Narnia behind this here wardrobe, mind, but there is some nice loot in here, including a bard crate with a training stimulant inside, so it's well worth checking out. The final reference to be found in Skethermore is actually another nod to an English IP that featured in my very first Atomfall Easter Eggs video, and quite aptly, it can be found in the depths of Skethermore Prison. Sneak or fight your way into this area that is full of prison cells and then climb up onto the second level and head towards the one that is labelled C19. In here you will find a note on the floor that's been written by an inmate called Prisoner 60, and in it he writes, "I am not a number, I am a free man," which are the immortal words uttered by number 6 in the classic 1960s TV show The Prisoner.
I am not a number, I am a free man!
While this next Easter egg can be found stashed away in the bunker where you wake up at the very start of the game, you won't actually be able to reach it until later on when you've gotten your hands on Dr. Garrow's snazzy signal redirector thingy. Once you've got that in hand, go back to bunker L8 and backtrack through it until you reach this set of locked doors. Pop them open with the signal redirector and follow the short corridor down to this metal door, which, when opened, allows you access to a room with a strange-looking crate inside it. But why is it strange? Well, look closely and you will see the words Department of Antiquities printed on the lid. You see, this is actually an asset from Atomfall developer Rebellion's 2018 co-op game Strange Brigade, and the Department of Antiquities is the name of the British government agency that commanded the game's supernatural treasure hunting team.
Oh, cracky mummies! Never a moment's peace when you're a globe-trotting adventurer.
Stay in Slattendale and make your way to the central quarry for this incredibly subtle Easter egg that very few people aside from fans of obscure 70s cinema will probably recognise. Head towards the double-decker bus that acts as the main entrance to the outlaw camp and you will pass multiple warning signs along the way. But the one you'll want to pay the most attention to is the very last one, which reads Deathline. Deathline is actually the name of a 1972 horror movie starring Donald Pleasance and Christopher Lee, in which a group of cannibals begin eating unfortunate London commuters. The only difference here is that the killings in that movie happen in the tunnels of the London Underground and not on the top deck of a bright red bus. You can find an example of another abstruse Easter egg wandering around the village of Wyndham, because multiple villagers here seem to be wearing the same style of outfit as Benny, one of the most famous characters from old-school English soap opera Crossroads.
Here I am, waiting at the crossroads, waiting at the crossroads of my life.
Crossroads ran from 1964 to 1988, and during that time Benny was hardly seen wearing anything other than his signature beanie hat and dungaree combo, which is a fashion statement that many members of Wyndham appear to be echoing.
No, I'm not a very smart kind of chap.
Hello!
Aha! Whilst this next reference may be playing fast and loose with the term Easter egg, I had to include a little bit of Mother Jago here because she is actually voiced by actor Felicity Montague, who is probably best known as Lynn Benfield from the UK TV comedy show Alan Partridge.
No offence, Lynn, but your life is technically not worth insuring.
In Alan Partridge, Lynn works as Alan's long-suffering personal assistant, and in this next clip, you can see Felicity recording some of her lines for Atomfall's Mother Jago herself.
I can help you a mite. There's a special tonic that will ease the burden of those voices and keep the infection down for a short time. Well, you don't appear to have taken on too badly. That's promising. Very promising indeed.
Next up, there's a blink and you'll miss it Easter egg for Rebellion's Zombie Army video game series stashed in the castle ruins in Casterfell Woods. Just head into the tunnels underneath the castle by the way of the door found at these coordinates and walk forwards until you see this tripwire. Beyond that tripwire, standing atop a crate, you should then be able to see the freaky figure of a small doll, which, when approached, vanishes into thin air. These dolls actually feature as little Easter eggs in the Zombie Army games too, as seen in this clip here. And if you want to get a better look at this doll in Atomfall, you can make good use of the game's camera mode to do so. Just make sure you try this out before she disappears. Quite literally, head into the robotics area of the interchange to find our next couple of Easter eggs, starting with this curious cranium that can be found in a pile of junk near the storage area. Head up these metal stairs and move along the walkway until you reach this storage room door, and then look behind you to see the glowing red eyes of Hammerstein, the leader of the famous ABC Warriors from the 2000 AD comic series of the same name. And, just in case you've not seen any of my previous Atomfall Easter egg videos, 2000 AD is a British comic magazine that is now owned by Atomfall's developer, Rebellion. Hammerstein's head isn't the only decapitated Robobonts you can find in robotics though, because, stashed away on the bottom tray of this desk in the weapons testing area is the sunglasses sporting steel skull of a certain Commander Zod.
Okay, boys, we got 'em surrounded. Let it rip!
For those of you unfamiliar, Commander Zod features in the 1996 RTS game Z, and that's the English letter Z and not the American letter Z, because once again, Z is a British creation, specifically belonging to the illustrious British video game developers, the Bitmap Brothers. To gain access to the weapons testing area in robotics, you'll first need to activate 3 of these consoles. But be careful as you do so, because there are plenty of working robots patrolling the area, and they come complete with legs, heads, and scarily large arms made out of guns. Run away! Unlike the rest of the Easter eggs featured in this video, this final cheeky reference appears right near the end of the game, so I won't go into too much detail for fear of rolling out some spoilers. I'm never going to let you down when it comes to video game Eggos though, so when you make it to the final section of Atomfall, keep an eye out for this blackboard, which lists the shift rota for the employees of the mining operation. Take a look at the last name featured on this roll call, and fans of early internet memes will instantly recognise the R. Astley on there as a tribute to the OG Rickroller himself, Rick Astley. And that is my final Atomfall Easter egg done and dusted. Well, at least until Atomfall's Wicked Isle story DLC comes out anyway. But just like Rick Astley, we will never give you up here at Eurogamer, so please like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel for almost daily videos about video games, and if you love video game Easter egg hunts, why not check out this other video that is on screen and clickable right now. Goodbye.
Don't be daft. Nobody wants trouble.